In the cold expanse of the sky, two titans are about to meet. But this isn't a battle of nations. It's a duel of philosophies, and only one can prevail. The moment a routine patrol becomes a high-stakes game of survival, where every move could be the last. When missiles fail, the fight gets personal. This is the knife fight in a phone booth, fought at Mach 2. Sometimes the most desperate move is also the most brilliant. A split-second decision changes the entire game. They call it a dogfight, but it's more like a dance, a deadly, beautiful ballet painted across the canvas of the sky. High above the world, a lone F-16 call sign Viper 1 patrols the serene, sunlit clouds. But in the sky, silence is rarely a sign of peace. It's often the calm before the storm. There. A single, unidentified blip on the radar, closing at an impossible speed. The peace is shattered. The F-16 banks, its sleek frame turning to face the approaching unknown. The pilot's training takes over. Through the powerful lens, the adversary is identified. A MiG-29, the Fulcrum. A formidable opponent built for raw power. Inside the MiG, call sign Bear 1 sees his target. For him, this isn't a threat. It's an invitation. The two jets close the distance, a silent, high-speed charge. The invisible line of the disputed zone is about to be crossed. The MiG pilot hears the telltale sound. His opponent has locked on. The game has officially begun. With a deafening sonic boom, they pass each other. Two predators, sizing each other up in the blink of an eye. The MiG executes a flawless high G turn. There's no turning back now. The engagement is live. Without hesitation, Bear 1 makes the first move. A missile ignites, leaping from its pylon. Inside the F-16, the cockpit erupts in alarms. The calm of the patrol is a distant memory. Viper 1 pushes his machine to its absolute limit, banking hard against the crushing G-force. The missile's smoke trail relentlessly closes the gap, a guided serpent hungry for its target. A brilliant burst of flares, a desperate, beautiful attempt to fool the incoming threat. In slow motion, the missile is seduced by the hotter flare, changing its course at the last possible second. A silent, fiery blossom in the sky. The first round goes to the defender. A moment to breathe, a moment to recalculate. The F-16 pilot knows it's now his turn to attack. Viper 1 acquires his own lock. The hunter is ready to become the hunted. His own missile streaks across the sky, a white line drawn towards the MiG. The MiG pilot sees the incoming threat, but instead of panic, there's a cold, calculated calm. He does the unthinkable. He pulls back on the stick, trading speed for altitude in a breathtaking maneuver. Viper's missile, programmed for speed, overshoots its target, losing its lock in the chaos. The MiG, having used gravity and power to his advantage, now emerges from his stall, directly behind the F-16. The tables have turned in an instant. The F-16 is now in the most vulnerable position possible. Viper 1 dives, using the clouds as cover, trying to break the enemy's line of sight. But the MiG is relentless, shadowing his every move, a persistent predator on the hunt. The F-16 pulls into a vertical climb, a classic maneuver to force the chaser to fly past him. But the MiG's powerful twin engines match the climb, refusing to give up the advantageous position. For a split second, at the apex of their climb, both aircraft hang suspended in the air, a moment of pure, tense silence. Viper 1 uses gravity to his advantage, diving to regain energy and speed. It's a small victory, creating a precious few hundred feet of separation. He pushes the F-16 into the tightest possible turn, hoping to get behind his opponent. The crosshairs begin to align. The MiG is in his sights. The moment of truth is near. The Vulcan cannon begins to spin, its high-pitched whine a prelude to destruction. But the MiG pilot has one more trick. He performs the legendary Pugachev's Cobra, a maneuver that defies physics. The F-16 shoots past the now stalled MiG. The hunter has become the hunted once again. From Bear 1's perspective, the F-16 is now a perfect, defenseless target. With a flash of light, the MiG's cannon unleashes a storm of 30mm rounds. The F-16 pilot can only react, pulling his jet into a desperate evasive roll. The rounds find their mark, impacting the F-16's right wing with a shower of sparks. Alarms scream inside the cockpit. The aircraft is damaged, but still in the fight. Viper 1 dives again, this time towards the jagged canyons below, his last hope for survival. The MiG follows, unwilling to let his wounded prey escape. The F-16 threads the needle, flying dangerously close to the canyon walls. The larger MiG is forced to fly higher, its size a disadvantage in this treacherous terrain. The F-16 pilot sees what looks like a dead-end wall of rock approaching fast. But it's not a mistake. It's a calculated high-risk gamble. He pulls the F-16 into a sharp vertical climb, using the canyon wall as a ramp. The MiG pilot, confused, follows suit, trying to keep a visual on his target. The F-16 crests the top of the canyon, momentarily disappearing from sight. Then, the masterstroke. Viper 1 rolls his jet and dives back into the canyon he just left. The MiG pilot, now exposed at the top of the canyon, has lost his target completely. From below and behind, the F-16 emerges, now in the perfect attacking position. The MiG pilot can only look at his screen in disbelief as the lock-on tone screams in his ears. At the setting of the sun, the two jets perform their final close-quarters pass. The F-16's cannon opens up, a final decisive burst of firepower. The rounds strike the MiG's engines and control surfaces with devastating accuracy. The MiG is sent into an uncontrolled spin, its systems failing catastrophically. The F-16 circles at a safe distance, its pilot watching the outcome of his desperate gambit. Inside the spinning cockpit, the MiG pilot knows the fight is over. He makes his last transmission, his voice calm despite the chaos. The machine is lost. His hand reaches for the ejection handle, the last resort for any pilot. The canopy is jettisoned, a small explosion signaling the pilot's escape. The rocket-powered seat propels the pilot away from the failing aircraft. A parachute blooms against the orange sky, a single sign of life against the backdrop of destruction. The MiG impacts the desert floor below, erupting in a massive, silent fireball. The F-16 pilot watches the lone parachute, then turns his damaged craft for home. He has won the duel, but in the lonely sky, victory is a somber affair. The ejected pilot watches the F-16 disappear into the twilight. a victor returning to its base. A close-up on the F-16's wing shows the scars of the battle, a testament to the ferocity of the fight. Inside the cockpit, the pilot glances at a small photo, a reminder of what he fights for. The damaged Falcon flies across the face of the rising moon, a lone silhouette heading home. On the desert floor, the MiG pilot lands, his personal battle for survival just beginning. He looks at the distant smoke plume, the final resting place of his machine. The screen fades to black. The duel is over. Teaser. But in a secret hangar, a new story is beginning. A new shape under a tarp. The cover is pulled back, revealing the sharp, angular lines of a next-generation stealth fighter. This machine is different. It wasn't built for dogfighting. It was built for something else. The lights flicker on, revealing its full, menacing form. Its designation appears on a screen: Spectre. A new predator is waiting. Its cockpit is a web of holographic displays and advanced systems. A hand reaches for the control stick. This pilot doesn't play by the old rules. Its engines ignite with an eerie, quiet hum, unlike any jet before it. The story of the Falcon and the Bear is over. A new era is about to begin. Credit scene. The F-16 touches down safely, its mission complete. Ground crews rush to inspect the damage, marveling that it returned at all. The pilot, Viper 1, takes a deep breath of fresh air, the battle finally behind him. Credit scene. Miles away, the MiG pilot, Bear 1, sits by a small fire in the cold desert night. He activates a small locator beacon, a single point of light in the vast darkness. A confirmation signal appears. Help is on the way. He looks up at the stars, a silent promise hanging in the air. This rivalry is not over.